She had two caregivers, so she was covered by her sister, herself. My mother has nobody than myself.
Good.
Okay.
Your case doesn't belong in court.
I
She
understand.
said you were unprofessional, and in her view, you were unprofessional, and in my view, you were unprofessional.
Okay.
She's not precluded from saying on a site where you advertise that in her view, your conduct in canceling your work responsibility with her was unprofessional. I don't necessarily disagree with her. You chose your sister to go to work instead of you. Your sister could have stayed home with her. You could have gotten a caregiver to stay home with her. Did your mother go back to the hospital?
Yes, we went back
Just
to
a
the
second. When?
Well, we went Monday to the hospital.
Who
we
went?
My sister and I, we went to the hospital.
So you went together with your mother, with your sister.
Judge Judy, she has the power of attorney.
Your case is dismissed. You have no
Judy,
case.
please listen, please.
You have no case.
Okay.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy.
My opinion's the only one that counts.
I think it was fair. I think that if that's called unprofessional, I guess I was unprofessional. Choosing my mother first, it's true.
I think she made the right decision.
I don't mind negative review, so if she would have written the right thing, what happened,
Quite frustrating,
I wouldn't have any problem. We wouldn't even be here.
because my family all had to pitch in to help my dad.
What I will hope is that we'll have the heart, the defendant, to go on site and remove
I actually amended my review and took off the unprofessional comment
that, all right, the right thing, right, the truth.
and just left the actual facts, but she's still not happy with that.
Good evening, and thanks for joining us tonight for News 40 at 5. I'm Morgan Hoover.
And I'm Chris Allen. Welcome into a Wednesday, the last time, probably for the rest of the year, that we'll talk about 80-degree temperatures.
Nice. I'm excited for that. I'm
I am
excited
too.
for some cooler temperatures.
Yeah, it's fall. It should
Right.
start to feel like fall, and we're going to as we get into the next few days. Looking live at a couple of traffic cams. We go 31W South Industrial Park looking northbound. As you go into the city, around 80 degrees, you see all the cloud cover that's out there. 79 down toward I-65 and Scottsville Road, the Greenwood exit. And we're going to continue to see these clouds thicken up as we go through the evening. Nothing yet on radar as far as rain. That's not going to happen until sometime tomorrow morning. And the rain chances, wow, they've really kicked up here to around 90% coverage for tomorrow. The rest of the 7-day forecast and that big cool down coming in just a few minutes. Morgan?
All right, Chris, our top story tonight, UAW members here in Bowling Green are showing their support today for workers across the U.S. who are standing up to the big three automakers. News 40 reporter Tucker Covey spoke with several at the local 2164 earlier today. He joins us now in the studio with details. Hey, Tucker.
Yes, Morgan, the UAW Local 2164 in Bowling Green held a rally in support of their brethren who are striking across the nation. Members of the Local 2164 stand up in solidarity with their brothers and sisters striking across the United States. Although their plant is not on strike, they feel they need to show support.
I'm one of the senior employees, and it feels real good that you see the younger union members coming out here showing solidarity.
Battisti has a message for all the UAW members across the U.S. that are on strike.
Hold the line.
Local 2164 President Brian Ferret believes the event was good for morale, as many, mostly younger workers, are wondering why the GM plant in Bowling Green has yet to stand up.
Some members maybe are getting restless. They want to hear more information. It's just a waiting game, and you know, we're trying to keep them engaged by having things like this.
Although the General Motors plant in Bowling Green is not currently striking, there are still 25,000 UAW workers on strike across the nation, or roughly 17% of the UAW workforce. Morgan?
All right, Tucker, thank you. I want to turn now to Washington, where lawmakers are dealing with a few change-ups in both the House and the Senate. Senator McConnell responding to the removal of House Speaker Kevin McCarthy, telling reporters today that the two had a great personal relationship. He had no parting words of wisdom for the Speaker, but advised the next person that holds the position to get rid of the motion to vacate. Senator McConnell says it puts whoever the Speaker is in a hammerlock of potential dysfunction.
I think the obvious answer is we need to get a speaker, and hopefully we'll get one by next week. And I'll repeat what I said earlier, which is I think to do that job for anyone, you have to get rid of the motion to vacate.
We'll have more on how Congress is dealing with the chaos as representatives return home for a congressional recess. On more local news, the Kentucky general election's nearly a month away, leaving you less than a week to register to vote if you haven't already. The deadline for voter registration is October 10th at 4 p.m. No changes can be made after that. If you are voting with a mail-in or absentee ballot, those deadlines are closer to the end of October. Election day, of course, is November 7th. Early voting will take place the week before. Officials tell us the turnout has been low during recent elections. They're hoping for an increase this cycle.
Secretary of State's calling in the mid-40s. That's pretty average for what we see for general elections. The last gubernatorial election had like a 46% turnout. That was with the Bevan-Brashear race. So I think it's going to be somewhere in the mid-40s, low 40s is what we should expect here.
For more voting information and procedures, keep an eye out for posters hung around the community with QR codes taking you to the link to register. Or you can visit that link. It's just govote.ky.gov. Pet owners, listen up. For those looking to save some money and make sure their pets are safe, the Bowling Green Warren County Humane Society has an event for you this week. You can get your pet microchipped for free till Saturday. This is a great way to keep your pets safe. And it's not just for cats and dogs. Rabbits and other mammals of a reasonable size are also accepted for microchipping.
Microchipping is probably, aside from vaccines, the most important thing that you can do for your animal. That microchip's not going to tell you where your animal is if they slip out the front door, but if they were to be found and brought to a Humane Society, a vet's office, anywhere that has one of those universal microchip scanners.
The procedure is quick, should only take around 10 minutes. Appointments can be made ahead of time. Walk-ins are also welcome. Today is National Coffee with a Cop Day, where all over the country, law enforcement officers are sitting down with members of the community to just hang out. The Kentucky State Police put their own spin on it, calling today Coffee with a Trooper. And we're out this morning at PJ's Cafe in Brownsville. News 40 spoke to a well-known trooper in our community who told us that this is a way to forge new relationships in the communities and potentially get some info on the area.
Yeah, it's a good time. We're able to have conversations and find out a lot, and and they also get to see a different side of us, because a lot of times they see us pulling cars over or answering calls or going to complaints, but just to sit down and have a conversation, I think it's good for the community interaction.
Law enforcement officers say they just want everyone to know they're all the same, in or out of uniform. The Logan County Tobacco and Heritage Festival is creating lots of fun family events. Now they are working to keep you and your family healthy. Logan Memorial Hospital is partnering with several agencies as part of the Tobacco Heritage Festival for an event that will provide the community with free blood draws, free health screenings, and free education on how to maintain a healthy lifestyle.
We get a lot of comments out in the community that they are excited about the health fair and being able to come and be a part of it. It's a chance for them to see the other agencies in the community that can be of help to them if they need it. And that's why we're here, is to help them be educated and to work with them to be a better, healthier person.
The Health Fest will be on October 11th from 8 a.m. to noon. For more information, you can visit our website, WNKY.com, later tonight. With the fall season well underway, Edmonson County has a fun celebration of the new season in store. The first ever Library Harvest celebration is set for October 21st. That'll happen from 9 a.m. to 1 at the Edmonson County Public Library. The day will feature classic fall games, a costume contest, photo booth, and more. The event's completely free. Snacks and drinks will be provided. The Edmonson County Public Library is excited to show their love to the community that loves them.
We love our community so much, and so to be able to give back and to make sure that we show them in ways like this, we have lots of exciting things coming up. But we thought just a big celebration that brings together our businesses, our community, our families, you know, that it just means a lot to us to be able to do that.
For more information on the Harvest Celebration, you can visit the Edmonson County Public Library's website. That is ecplibrary.com. Still to come on News 40 at 5. Getting your kids to move off the sofa can be a challenge for many parents. When we come back, we'll have tips on what you can do to get them moving. But first, Weather Chief Chris Allen is moving around that weather center, working on a full look at our forecast. That's coming up next.
WNKY News 40. Broadcasting live from the German American Bank studio in downtown Bowling Green.
Major insurance companies use a software called Colossus to tell them what the firm you hire is likely to settle your case for. They know which law firms can lowball and take the last best offer. Not us. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
This is my dad, Audie, and he is absolutely precious.
When it came to making some life-changing decisions for my mother, we found the folks here at Massey Springs to be so helpful.
They had that personal touch that we were looking for, and we could tell it was the perfect place for our mom.
We found the folks here at Massey Springs compassionate and caring.
Massey Springs was definitely the right choice for me and my dad.
Massey Springs Senior Living. Here, we're family. Schedule your tour with us today.
Geez. Hey, Trent. What's going on? You've been here for 7 hours.
I'm having problems with the son of the joke. This ain't right. I'm coming back tomorrow.
I should have called JB. Trent, gee.
Should have called JB Electric. At JB Electric, when it comes to electricity, we don't mess around. Make the right call. Call JB Electric.
Oh, what's up? You watching the game? Or maybe the one later? Put a little BetMGM action on it now. Any game becomes the game. When you got overs and unders, you're in it every time they throw the ball, kick the ball, dribble the ball. Maybe it's not even a ball. Who needs a ball? Now that bet's got you watching every inning, half, round, period, set, hole, a lap. Right from the edge of your seat. Hit him with the promo.
I'm attorney Deborah Brose. I am committed to my clients across South Central Kentucky. But don't just take it from me. If you've suffered a personal injury, I can help. Call our office today for a free consultation.
We're back with Weather Chief Chris Allen. Chris, just one more warm day and then some fall weather.
It's coming. It's coming. Can you feel it?
Yes, I feel it in the air.
Feel it. And some people are saying, I can feel it in my bones. You know, my sacroiliac, you know, starting to act up, you know. Oh, yeah. Well, I know it's getting that time of year, but, you know, it's time.
Right.
It's actually past time.
Right.
You know, for us to have this change, but it is almost here. Next 24 to 36 hours, it is going to be here at big time. As you can see, the temperature trend, wow, takes us into some chilly air for Saturday and Sunday especially. We go from a high tomorrow of 78, and that is going to be early in the day. That's because the clouds that are here now will bring us the rain, and the rains and the cold front will then start to bring our temperatures down. Then we'll only get up to 72 on Friday, and then Saturday, Sunday, as skies begin to clear, only around 60 for a high on Saturday. And it's going to be breezy during this time as well, so that's going to make it feel even chillier. And then we see a slow, steady climb back into the 70s for the middle of next week. But any kind of 80-degree weather, this is it. It's probably done. And there you see the last of the 80 temperature for this year, probably. West wind at 3 coming in right now, just a little bit light. 47% the humidity, but the dew point at 58. Not bad. The barometer is falling, though, in anticipation of that cold front coming in. Temperatures right now anywhere from the upper 70s to around 80, thanks to the clouds today. That kept our temperatures from getting into the mid 80s. I think we landed probably around 84 for a high temperature officially at the Bowling Green Airport. So from here on out, it is nothing but 70s, 60s, then eventually 50s, 40s. You get the idea. All right, how about this rain coming in? Here we are right now, showers back in the Missouri Boot Hill, some strong thunderstorms, severe weather where you see some of the yellows and oranges painted in there next to the front in parts of Oklahoma, Texas. Up towards Chicago, they're getting some showers. Overnight tonight, I think we're going to stay mainly dry here in southern Kentucky, but cloudy. And then early tomorrow morning, here we are at 6 a.m. on the timeline. You can watch that change as I move the graphics. A little bit of light rain, but the heavier stuff will stay back to the west. On and off during the day tomorrow. More widely scattered showers and then some pretty consistent rainfall in the afternoon and early evening. Then the cold front comes through early Friday morning and some mainly gusty winds coming in from the west and northwest. That'll be the first shot of much colder air coming in. And then on Saturday, we'll begin to feel that really chilly air. How much rain? Only about 1/3 of an inch expected here in Bowling Green and southern Kentucky. The higher amounts of rain, closer to an inch, are going to be further back to the west. So it's not going to be a lot of rain, but at least we get some water on our lawns and around the area. 65, cloudy, rain coming in by early tomorrow morning. And then your 7-day forecast showing the chilly air coming. For those of you doing the roller coaster or going to it, yeah, it's going to be a little wet. Highs in the 70s. The chilly air Saturday and Sunday in the 60s. Columbus Day 68. And then we go back into the 70s for Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. And here's what's coming up tonight on NBC 40.
The fresh timer starts the minute a tomato gets picked. That's why at Kroger, we shorten the time from harvest to home. So no matter how you shop, you'll have more time to enjoy your fresh produce. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
I usually vote Republican, but I'm also voting for Andy Beshear. I definitely feel that Kentucky's moving forward under Andy's leadership. He brings great ideals to the floor. Andy's the guy that's been bringing the two parties together. Beshear's brought a lot of good jobs to the state of Kentucky. He makes sure that the police have everything they need to keep us safe. Andy cut the income tax. That's a big deal, huge deal. I voted for Trump because I felt he was putting the American people first. I'm going to support Andy because I do feel he's putting Kentucky first.
Horses, bourbon, and the great outdoors. That's Kentucky. Original, majestic, and wide open. In one day, visit legendary distilleries, explore horse country, or put on your hiking shoes and get out there. This is Kentucky. Come see for yourself. Plan your road trip at KentuckyTourism.com.
I'm waking up my day. So let's get it started. Turn it up, turn it on. Keep the morning moving right along.
Watch WNKY News 40 Sunrise for the latest in local news.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us here on News 40 Sunrise.
Weather on the 4s to get you out the door.
Good morning to everyone at home.
And local events and entertainment to jumpstart your day.
News 40 Sunrise Way.
Weekday morning starting at 6. Join the WNKY News 40 weather team. Visit WNKY.com to become a weather watcher.
At Kroger, everyone wins when it comes to savings because you get the same great prices, deals, and rewards on pickup or delivery as you do in store. So no matter how you shop, everyone saves big. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
It can be a struggle. Getting kids to be active is a critical part of their health. But with video games, TV, and other devices, some kids may not be motivated to get enough physical activity each day. Tonight, we have some simple ways to get your kids moving. 60 minutes every day. That's how much physical activity is recommended for kids and teens between the ages of 6 and 17. It may seem like a lot, but it doesn't have to be all at once.
We know kids do better in school, they sleep better, their mood's better, and it can just be a lot of fun to move.
Dr. Adam Keating with Cleveland Clinic says some kids may be motivated to move through sports, but others may need a little help. His first tip: to remember there are different ways to keep kids active.
Everything from going on a family walk to walking the dog to vacuuming to having a dance party in the middle of your living room.
Playing on a playground or PE at school also counts as physical activity time. Keating says it's also important to be a good role model.
Kids want to spend time with their parents, whether they say so or not. And so being a good example and joining in the activity with the kids generally makes it much more rewarding for everybody.
And while it's important to limit screens, Keating says offer that screen time as a reward for physical activity.
The child can earn another 30 minutes of screen time by doing 30 minutes of activity.
Finally, find activities they enjoy. It can be a variety of things so the child doesn't get bored.
Making it fun rather than a chore, and finding different creative ways to be able to work some physical activity in the day can be helpful.
Doctors say chores can also be a physical activity. Choose ones that are age appropriate for your child. For example, raking leaves, cleaning their room, even washing the car can get them moving. Well, stay with us after the break. After the staggering ouster of House Speaker Kevin McCarthy, Republican hopefuls are already looking for the 218 votes necessary to secure the Speaker's gavel. More details when we come back.
When Daniel Cameron says he absolutely supports bringing back Matt Bevin's ruthless Medicaid plan, Cameron threatens to take away coverage from over 95,000 Kentuckians and punish working parents.
This sounds very similar to something that Governor Matt Bevin tried.
Well, absolutely. But when Cameron said he'd back Bevin's war on teachers and take taxpayer money from public schools to give to private schools instead, he'd punish Kentucky's kids. Cameron's absolutely wrong for Kentucky.
Home is more than a house. Wherever you are in your journey of homeownership, German American Bank is here to support you. Our team of dedicated mortgage loan professionals can help you with lending solutions featuring low or no down payment, assistance for closing costs and improvement projects, or even loans specifically for first-time home buyers. We're here to tell you, homeownership is achievable. German American Bank, member FDIC.
Andy Bashir wants to talk education. His record, Andy closed down our schools. Regular kids still haven't recovered. Fewer than half can read or do math at grade level. I'm Daniel Cameron. As the husband of a teacher, I know we can do better. The Cameron Catch-Up Plan is about supporting our teachers and getting kids caught up. I won't just campaign on education, I'll get it fixed because our teachers and students deserve it.
Are your basement walls bowing or cracked? USS is here to help. Cracks along your basement wall are telltale signs moisture is collecting in the soil against your foundation, causing the weakest point of your wall to bow. USS has the support you need with our innovative Invisibeam. It's the strongest carbon fiber strap on the market and the only one ICC certified with a lifetime warranty. Visit USS-KY.com for a free estimate.
We'll guarantee our best. Call USS.
The competition is on.
This is nerve-wracking.
Do you have what it takes for Jeopardy?
Weeknights at 6 on NBC 40.
All right, now a historic strike is underway. Tens of thousands of Kaiser Permanente healthcare workers have walked off the job in several states. Mike Valerio has the latest.
What do we want? Safe staffing! When do we want it? Now!
The largest healthcare workers' strike in United States history kicking off Wednesday morning, with more than 75,000 unionized Kaiser Permanente workers walking off the job and walking onto the picket lines.
We have a crisis inside, a staffing crisis that affects us and subsequently affects our patients.
I've seen patients
died because of the short staffing, and they wanted us to be quiet about it, and I'm not being quiet anymore.
Respect. More money in our check.
The coalition of Kaiser Permanente unions calling for better pay and better staffing, saying in their notification statement to the company that if a deal isn't made by the end of the strike on Saturday, quote, we are prepared to engage in another longer, stronger strike in November.
We have made many proposals to try to solve the Kaiser short staffing, and right now the Kaiser executives are much more interested in their bottom line than providing high quality patient care.
With about 40% of its staff on strike, Kaiser Permanente says it has contingency plans in place so it can continue to provide safe, high-quality care for its 12.7 million members and patients. A spokesperson for the company saying, quote, we have detailed continuity plans in place in all of these markets that include the use of non-represented and management staff along with contingency workers. In addition, all of our physicians will be available. In Los Angeles, I'm Mike Valerio.
Switching gears now, the fraud trial of disgraced former FTX founder and CEO Sam Bankman-Fried began today. Bankman-Fried is charged with 7 counts of fraud, conspiracy, and money laundering. The former crypto billionaire has pleaded not guilty to all counts and could spend life in prison if convicted. Prosecutors allege his crypto empire was, quote, built on lies. The trial is expected to last several weeks. Well, people who had their tax information leaked allegedly by an ex-IRS contractor could soon have a webpage to go to for case updates. Prosecutors call it impractical to try to notify the thousands of victims, so a website is being proposed. The ex-contractor is charged with stealing IRS data from thousands of the country's wealthiest people, including from former President Donald Trump. While prosecutors have notified a smaller group of victims, many more haven't yet been reached. And tonight, many are saying goodbye to California Senator Dianne Feinstein as she lies in state at San Francisco City Hall. The long-serving Democratic senator and political trailblazer died last Thursday at her home in Washington, D.C. At 90, she was the oldest member of Congress after first being elected to the Senate in 1992. Among those paying their respects today was her colleague and fellow San Francisco native, Representative Nancy Pelosi. And after the stunning ouster of House Speaker Kevin McCarthy, Republican hopefuls are already jockeying for a position to replace him. The turmoil is holding up other urgent work in the House, with another government shutdown deadline now just a little more than a month away. Alice Barr has the latest from Washington.
Today, the fallout from former House Speaker Kevin McCarthy's historic ouster. He's striking an optimistic tone amid the turmoil.
Mr. McCarthy, how are you feeling this morning?
As the candidates line up to replace him, the number 2 in House leadership, Steve Scalise, announcing his run for Speaker, even as he recovers from blood cancer.
This is really important that we get this right. And that we get back to work.
Conservative firebrand Jim Jordan also seeking the gavel.
I feel like I can unite conservative voters across the country and reach out to the moderates in our conference.
North Carolina Republican Patrick McHenry acting as temporary speaker, with House members scheduled to vote on the permanent post as soon as next week. Many are calling for changes to the rules to prevent the next speaker from being handcuffed by the same small far-right faction that kicked McCarthy out of the job, led by Florida Congressman Matt Gaetz.
You're going to have rules in place that prevent him from doing his charade every single week.
One of the 8 Republican rebels defending the move.
We can't have a speaker who surrenders. We need a speaker that fights and negotiates and uses the leverage that we have as the House majority.
President Biden urging House Republicans to act quickly to return to pressing work ahead.
We have to get it done in a timely fashion. More than anything, we need to change the poisonous atmosphere in Washington.
With just over a month to go until the next government shutdown deadline. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
Well, stay with us. We'll have a final look at your forecast coming up right after this.
We've got the drinks and good times. Now all we need is you. The 8th annual Bourbon and Brew Fest presented by the Mint Gaming Hall is back Saturday, October 21st at Bowling Green Ballpark. We have an expansive selection of bourbons, craft beers, mixed drinks, and more. Plus, sip well shopping, specialty vendors all around the ballpark. VIP ticket holders can enjoy the Heaven Hill VIP experience in the Performance Food Club, while premium ticket holders can take part in the Premium Lounge. Tickets start at just $50 and are on sale now at bgbrewfest.com or by calling 270-901-2121.
The Warren County Public Library presents Becoming Trader Joe author Patty Civillari, Thursday, October 12th at 6 p.m. at the Lisa Rice Library. Free tickets are limited and available at warrenpl.org.
I was raped by my stepfather after years of sexual abuse. I was 12. Anyone who believes there should be no exceptions for rape and incest could never understand what it's like to stand in my shoes. This is to you, Daniel Cameron. To tell a 12-year-old girl she must have the baby of her stepfather who raped her is unthinkable. I'm speaking out because women and girls need to have options. Daniel Cameron would give us none.
Do you have what it takes to be the sole survivor? Join WNKY News 40 October 17th for the Survivor Casting Call at Bowling Green Ballpark. To learn more and see if you have what it takes, visit WNKY.com/SokiSurvivor.
Nice. DraftKings Sportsbook is live in Kentucky. You'll be so dialed into every play that you forget to eat your wings. You made my wings cold, DraftKings. Flailing your arms like you can disrupt the free throw. Miss, fool! And a home run will have you crying like it's the birth of your child. I'm so happy.
DraftKings Sportsbook is live in Kentucky. New customers, download the app now and bet $5 to get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Because life's more fun when you're in on the action. The crown is yours.
Yeah.
You never know who you're helping by sharing your story. And like people think y'all look alike. You can be our son.
I love Jennifer.
Weekdays at 2 on NBC 40.
Take a look at some of these images. Now, this is in Maine. This isn't here, unfortunately. But look at
Not yet.
Not yet. But look at that beautiful fall foliage. I can't wait till we can see some of that here.
I want to go.
I know.
New England.
Too.
I've been a couple of times. My wife and I. And when it's been like this. And
gorgeous.
It's just absolutely gorgeous. And even the Blue Ridge Mountains are that way right now.
Yeah.
If you go like Blue Ridge Parkway, you can see some of these fall colors. Now, I don't think it'll be as vibrant here as what you're seeing there, but still, give it a few more weeks. Tonight, cloudy and some rain by morning, overnight lows in the mid-60s. There's the picture right now, the way it looks.